It's no mystery that in 2017, video games are capable of having some incredible music comparable to the great works of film, of Mozart, Chopin. Put it up right next to the greats, guys. I mean, come on, all of my videos always have video game music in it, and can you tell me that you've noticed? Oh, sure, maybe you have, but, well, you like my videos, you like the music, so I suppose if you don't like video game music, then you've been had. You lie to yourself on a day-to-day basis whenever, month-to-month basis. Okay, every 6 weeks. Guys, I don't have a perfect schedule here. The point is that there are great music soundtracks out there for video games, and I believe that one of the greatest has been going ignored for far too long. One of the greats that invokes memories from my childhood. No. The other one. Everybody knows that one. No. The other one. You've got it. No one listens to that. What are you even playing anymore? Who even composed this? Atari? Is this licensed? I don't think this is legal. Get out of here. It's Sonic, okay? It's Sonic. The song is the soundtrack that I'm talking about is from the Sonic games. And I'm doing a top 10 to help commemorate how good the Sonic soundtrack is. And no one knows about Sonic. Sonic is just a great big void of nothing that no one ever talks about, ever in the history of the internet. So here we go. It's the top 10 songs of Sonic. Oh, whoa, wait. Hold on. There's like 100 Sonic games, so I'm only picking one song per game, okay, guys? If your song or game didn't make it in, that's because it was so good, it's part of the special, invisible, never mentioned zero spot on the list. So, every song is really good, okay? Yep, really good. In the number 10 spot, hold on, let's just have a quick honorable mention for the song from Sonic Forces, Fist Bump. It's the intro that plays before you even get into the game, and let me tell you, it's a great song. It doesn't make the list because it does have a little bit too much of that edge that I feel that is always just a little bit mismatched with Sonic as a character. It doesn't match his character, but the song is good, and if it played on a radio, I'd probably listen to it and go, wow, they have actually kind of okay music in 2017 that isn't Taylor Swift on the pop charts, so that's new. But in number 10. Okay, here's an unpopular opinion, guys. Sonic 06 was a good game. You know, I expected that to be a lot harder. I didn't get stabbed. Hey, Jim, put the knife down, please. It's also not a true statement. I don't believe that Sonic 06 is a good game. It's a pile of, well, it's some kind of pile that doesn't work properly at all.
This will end it. It's no use.
That said, even the most putrid of experiences can have a glimmer of hope. This glimmer of hope happens to be the first thing you experience, setting you up for hours upon hours of endless disappointment. That said, it was good. The main theme song, his theme, is a good song. Not only that, but for better or for worse, the song does have a Guile theme effect where it seems to just kind of work in any circumstance it's applied.
Come on, let the fuse, he's a rocket and he's ready to go. Cause now the countdown has started and he's ready to blow. He's got the dope sounds bumping and his stereo. That's fast, putting on a show. Don't wanna get yourself together, there's no time to rest. And if you put the time in, he'll put you to the test. He's like a running man in his world war is less. And if you wanna test him, best bring your best. Don't make me spell it out, bring your best. In this world, where life is strong. In this world, life's an open book. In this world, where compromise does not exist. In his world of rules, every step meets the rest.
Divorced of the hate that exists for this game, his theme is a perfectly acceptable, exciting, epic theme song for a good game that would be remembered for all time if it was not attached to the worst game of all time that isn't Superman 64 or Bubsy 3D or Pong. In the number 9 slot. I don't know if there's anything that I can add here, guys. All I'm gonna say is, anybody who's heard the Sonic Heroes theme, they have one thing to say. Is it a good song? No. I will never admit that. Not on my mother's grave. But is it Sonic. Oh yes. As the most Sonic song that is not in itself a good Sonic song, but is still a very Sonic song, it gets the number 9 spot. Now, in the number 8 spot. The soundtrack for Sonic Unleashed is perhaps one of the most confusing soundtracks of all time. I don't know what they told the composer, but what we got was some very high quality, amazing music that is very relaxing, which is the polar opposite of what I expect or want in a Sonic game. Nevertheless, I can't deny it's good stuff. If I was in an elevator, this would definitely refresh me enough to be willing to head right back onto the 5th floor to get those documents from the printer that my boss asked me for to deliver to him 3 buildings over.
I wonder when he's gonna get back with my fax. I needed that by noon today.
In the number 7 spot. I'm gonna go ahead and throw a little wrench in your plans there, guys, because this is not just a single entry. Number 7 is not one song, it is an entire soundtrack. This is dedicated to Sonic Lost World, a game that will be forgotten by many because it was not very good, but the soundtrack, oh my goodness, the soundtrack, guys. I mean, the only thing that I can describe that happened here is Sonic Team looked at Super Mario Galaxy and said, you know, I think we can do that. And then they failed to, but it's okay because their composer was still pretty good and he kind of knew how to do a really good Koji Kondo impression, so this is what we got. As a game, it fails to capture Sonic's identity. However, melodically, there are many beats that hit home with me, specifically Frozen Factory and honorable mention for Snowball Waltz, which would have been my choice for this section if not for the fact that it plays during one of the more irritating segments where you have limited, almost inverted controls of Sonic, but barring that, the entire Frozen section was just a joy musically. Okay, so now that we've established that there are about 80 songs in the number 7 spot, here we go to number 6. Boy, remember that Sonic game where Sonic would go so fast he would literally travel through time, sometimes to alternate realities where things didn't go exactly as planned and therefore everything was just terrible. When I say terrible, I mean son of a Deku Butler's corpse in the middle of the Lost Woods terrible.
You can't do anything, so don't even try. Get some help. Don't do what Sonic does.
He has a point! Well, for the sheer darkness of how bad that future could get, Metallic Madness Bad Future does get an honorable mention on this, and the Good Future version is pretty catchy too, but the real takeaway here is Title Tempest in present on the Japanese release of Sonic CD. This song is not only super soothing and fitting for the level, but it also just gives me a twinge of that fantastical, magical, almost like Final Fantasy feeling. It's like the sunken ruins at the start of Final Fantasy X when Titus is just kind of swimming around in dank, dark, cold places. In other news, the song plays in some kind of really funky time signatures, so you can dance to it. I mean, Sonic's such a big fan of the song that he's short of breath. In the number 5 spot. Here's the story I like to go with on this. One day, Sonic was strutting around Casino Night Zone when suddenly he got sucked into a slot machine that also happened to be Mettaton from Undertale. Now, oh sure, you could fight really, really hard and move really, really fast to get out of that slot machine. But listen to this. If that doesn't give you some serious Stockholm Syndrome, I'm not sure what will.
No, we can't do this, man. We can't do this. I have a wife. I have kids. Kids, man. Look, no, don't walk away. I can't do this, man. I can't do this. It's even maybe the last people can watch me. I missed dinner. Yeah. No, that's not bad. I can do this. Okay. You know what? You know what? Screw you. I can do this. I'll be fine. I know what you're trying to do, and it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work, man. What? Hablo Anglais. No. Why would I leave? Dude, can't you hear this? Come in. Listen. Right? Right? Yeah. Yeah. I know what you mean, man. It's.
I know I could go into the specific details about what makes this song so good, guys, like the funky rhythm or the instrumentation, but if I did that, I feel like I would miss the point. The song is just cool, guys. Laid back. Chill. And here's Green Hill Zone from Sonic 1. What do you want me to say about this, guys? I included it because if it wasn't on the list, the internet would literally implode. It's a classic, you know it, you love it, it's been remixed to death. Moving on, in the number 3 slot. Believe in Myself from Sonic Adventure. The Sonic Adventure series had a unique concept where they tried to create a theme song for each of the main characters that were introduced in the series. But did you think that a song about Tails would place so high? Yes, that's right, the little two-tailed fox who you frequently let fall into cliffs because he was a little bit too dense to follow you through pipes. As it turns out, since back in the early 2D Sonics, Tails has been trying very hard to be a little bit cooler, and even though he'll never be as cool as you, Sonic, he's gonna try to be the best he can be, and one day he's gonna figure out how he can be better than you by being himself. And you know what? Sonic's not cool anymore. Tails? I think Tails is gonna take the spotlight. How about an independent Tails game for 2019? In the number 2 spot. Again, this is one of those cases where I can't imagine that the composer actually knew anything about the game before they made the song. Sonic Team probably went to them and said, hey, we have a fast hedgehog and he's gonna be running through some pipes through this big factory of chemicals that are vibrantly, grossly pink. So, yeah. Deadline's next week, have fun. And that's when the composer went, pink sludge, chemicals. How about brassy 8-bit stings that never last more than a few seconds while they continually stab into your ears with glorious repetitiveness as they build to a penultimate climax while being overlaid with a bent synth waveform that will occasionally fade in and out across a timeline pitch, completely overriding everything that you're listening to and being a very, very rare sound indeed that is never heard in any other song that has been made since. Or hey, let's talk about the wealth of covers out there that have done everything with this song, from converting it into funk to saying, screw it, I'm gonna play an electric guitar with my friend who also does horns while also playing bass and occasionally throwing in, I don't know, the frickin' keytar. This is the defining song of early Sonic games that has captured the imaginations of musicians, video game players, and everybody in between. It is Sonic. But there is one song that is even more Sonic than that. In the number 1 spot. can say about this song is that if there was ever a funeral held for Sonic because he's finally kicked the bucket from spending so many years being in terrible video games, this is what we'll be playing because it embodies everything that he was meant to be. Thank you everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, please remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this one. I also run a semi-weekly stream where I try to play video games for people to entertain them. If you would like to get more updates on that, you can follow me on Twitter, where I will be announcing every single time that I start the stream. Until then, see you guys next time, and thanks for watching.